I just left one of the largest gun shops in South Florida. I'm making this video the first week of February 2013. I'm doing this on the fly, and this is a plea to all new gun owners. Please, please, please get trained. I'm going to tell you what my experience was like today, and it really caught me off guard. I went there to see what was in stock in this great gun shop, and I came out with like, holy cow, they got a lot of guns in stock, and there are 8 clerks with 3 customers in line to buy guns from each clerk. 99% of them are newbie gun owners, and some of the questions they were asking the clerks is downright scary, and I want to talk about it. And this is just my plea to please pass this video to anyone you know in America who's buying a gun right now in this frenzy. Welcome to Weapons Education. I'll make it brief. Welcome to weaponseducation.com. I arrived at the gun shop, a very large gun shop here in South Florida, highly respected gun shop. They have all the personal training that anyone could ask for in classroom training and also in the range. They offer all of that there. And let me tell you what I witnessed today, because it's very important that we do not have one more tragedy in the news from a newbie gun owner doing something hideous. And first of all, you got 8 clerks, 3 deep, people buying guns in a frenzy. And these are some of the questions that were being asked to the clerks. And I got to give the clerks credit. They were trying to tell the people, you got to do some training also besides buying the gun. These are some of the questions. What's the difference in a revolver and a semi-automatic? Is this gun? This is an XD M45, the 4.5 inch, just a big gun. I witnessed this one lady actually buy this exact gun today. Her first gun, she's with her husband. And they said, well, is this one of those guns that have those so-called high-capacity magazines? The clerk was like, well, it's 14 rounds in the magazine. Yes, ma'am. What's the purpose of you buying the gun? Well, you see, we got a 16-year-old son, and we want to make sure that we're safe in our home, and we're nervous that we won't be able to buy this gun in the future. It's our very first gun. Do you think this is right for me? Is this one powerful enough? The clerk's like, well, ma'am, we do offer training. These are some other options you may want, and she just kept being insistent to buy the gun that may be banned. All right, and she ultimately bought it, and she did not go for any of the training this wonderful shop offers, which is inexpensive. It's like $50 for 2 hours, and they have all different levels of classes, from newbies, which all these people are, to even experienced people like those of you in the audience, which we should all go through ongoing training. I've always said it. But what's scaring me is, imagine this lady who now in 5 days, when her waiting period's up, because she doesn't have a concealed weapons permit, her very first gun, she's in her 50s, her and her husband, they have a 16-year-old son. He decides to tell his girlfriend, my parents go to bed at 11. Why don't you sneak in? I'll leave the living room door open, and you can sneak in my bedroom at 1 a.m. My parents will be sound asleep, and you can spend the night with me. Now this mom and dad, with innocent mom and dad, teacher maybe, and the dad might be a doctor, legitimate good Americans. Now they're sitting with this gun they don't know anything about, fully loaded up with 45s. They hear something crumbling through the living room at 1, 2 in the morning, boom, they shoot the girlfriend dead. Now we get our national headline story because people aren't getting trained. Some of the other questions I heard were just, is a 44 Magnum, you think that's what I should get? Because I heard that's a famous gun. Or they're asking, what's the difference in this one and this one? I like that one. That's pink. I'm a female. I like that one. I never heard of a Sig Sauer. Is that a good manufacturer? And then they all ultimately bought a gun. I mean, I seen like 25 gun sales in literally 15 to 20 minutes. And all newbies, and not any of them opted for the training that the clerks were desperately trying to ask these people to do, because they all said to the clerk, and I even asked a few of them, why don't you do the training? And they all said, well, the gun was so expensive, it set us back $600, $700, $800, $900, and they're not cheap, the guns these days. They're charging a little bit more. I can't afford those classes. So please, I'm telling everybody to pass this video to anyone you know who's buying a gun for the very first time. get training. We don't need a catastrophe story in the news right now. The media will eat us up alive. Please go get classroom training, learn the basics. There's different types of guns. You got semi-automatics, you got revolvers, you got different calibers from 22 to 380 to 9mm to 40 to 45. I seen a lady was buying a 10mm today. For real. She was buying a Glock 29. Her first gun. I just want the most powerful gun there is, she said. You know, that's it. Please tell everyone who's new to go get trained. Thank you. Checking out.